Hubby is taking me on a hot date for lunch.
Don't want to spoil her, y'all.
We're at Piggly Wiggly.
They actually have a really nice eat-in restaurant in here. It's really nice.
The grocery store has a restaurant. You weren't lying.
They actually have a pretty good deal here on the menu where you can go back to the deli in the meat department and pick out any steak that you want. And they will cook it and add a baked potato, fries, salad, and everything for $4.88 to the meal with a drink. So you just pick the steak, pay the price for the steak, and then for $4.88 add a potato drink or salad and everything to it. Real good deal.
Well, hubby, I'm a little impressed. Looks pretty good. I'm just waiting on my fried okra, y'all. Alright, let's dig in. We're in Neeses, South Carolina. So it's not like a niece or a nephew. It's Neeses. We're on the way to Wagener, South Carolina, to Wagener Milling Company. We're going to go visit with Mr. David, get an update on him and our pigs. I just wanted to share some of the sights with you along the way.
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
Feeling better?
A lot better.
That's good.
Yes, sir. I'm doing a lot better now. Done got rid of my walker. Thank the Lord for that. And everything's going a lot better.
That's good.
It's yet sore, but it ain't as bad. I'm on my 5th week.
That's really good.
And I'm really doing good, they said, for my age. And everything's just getting better and better. And we sold your pigs.
Oh, you did? That's good.
Yep, I got your pigs sold. And I got you $300.
Oh, wow. That's really good. Thank you.
For the 5 pigs. And that was $60 a piece. I tried to get you a little more. But after a few days, it didn't go in, so I cut them down and priced them and sold them.
Thank you. That's really good. That was a good price.
I was glad to be able to do that for you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, as a friend and a good customer.
Thank
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all's support. Y'all been good to me. You've sent a lot of people to me. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir.
For everything.
Thank you, Mr. David. We appreciate everything you do, too. Thank you.
In our previous video, hubby is up here working on the goat pen, trying to keep all these goats in line. And if you missed that video, be sure to go check it out.
While he's off going to get all the equipment and supplies we need to get up here, get this fencing fixed, I'm going to go down and get muscadines picked. The vines are loaded this year. This is my favorite place to be. Every year, the muscadines ripen. Look at these muscadine vines. They look like just clusters of grapes. Loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and get these picked before the deer come up here and take them all from us, and try getting some more muscadine jelly made this year. It's been dry here. We had a whole bunch of rain several weeks ago. Now we're getting dry again, and some of these are starting to shrivel up because they just hadn't been getting a lot of water. I think it was last year was my first time making muscadine jelly, and I was so surprised how well it turned out. We have really gone through it, I'll tell you. So this will be good to get some more up on the shelf for the rest of the year. And this will give me enough to make for us and to share out. I always like doing that when I have an abundance being harvested and having enough to pass around. I think that's the simple joys of farm life. Being able to share with your neighbors and your family and know that they're eating something good and healthy. Not all these additives and preservatives that go into our food today. I got me a basket full, so I'm going to go ahead and take these down to the house, get them cooked down so we can go ahead and get some jelly made.
Even though we don't use any sprays or chemicals on our muscadine vines, I'm still going to rinse them off real good. And I've gone through and made sure all the stems are pulled off and discarded any muscadines that were bruised or compromised in any way. I'm going to pour all of my washed muscadines into a large stainless steel pot. Add some water and turn my stove on medium-high heat. I want this to come to a boil. The berries are starting to soften and starting to release the pulp from inside the skins. And as you can see, the skins are starting to break and release the pulp from inside the muscadines. I'm going to continue allowing this to cook down on a low heat for about 10 minutes. Okay, so now most of the pulp has been released, so now I'm going to go ahead and get this drained. And I'm going to use this antique presser. This belonged to Bill's grandmother, Nana, and I'm going to be using this to release the rest of the juice. Now that I have the juice extracted from all the skins, I'm going to take a piece of cheesecloth and cover the top of the strainer. I'm going to run the juice back through the cheesecloth to remove any pulp.
Okay, y'all, so we are back at it again today. By the time I got my juice strained through the cheesecloth, it is a process and takes a long time, and it just got too late to finish all this. So I stuck my juice in the refrigerator overnight, and we are going to finish up this process and get this jelly made today. So I wanted to let y'all know, I wrote it down. I started out with 10 quarts of muscadines and ended up with 3 quarts of muscadine juice. So got quite a bit of juice here to do. So that comes up to 12 cups of juice. I'm going to be adding 9 cups of sugar. So I'm going to turn my stove on medium-high heat. and go ahead and get my sugar poured in. It's a lot of sugar. But for this, I am not using any pectin. So that sugar is going to allow all this juice to thicken up and form some thickened jelly. So I am going to stir this until this sugar dissolves. I'm going to bring this to a hard boil for 25 minutes. I've got my canner going. The water is already boiling, and I've got my jars in there getting them sterilized. So we're going to be ready to go once this gets done. And once we get to all that process completed, I'm going to bring y'all back.
We are over here at the Fix-It shop today, and we just got a little project going on, and I just got fed up with it this morning. Every time I go feed our rabbits, they have knocked their waters over, or their food, or both. So I figured I would make some kind of little stand to hold the food bowls and the water bowls. And yeah, you can go buy plastic ones, you can go buy metal ones, but y'all, they're expensive. The metal ones are like $19 a piece at Tractor Supply. And the plastic ones, the rabbits eat them up in about a month. I bought a couple plastic ones. I've tried the water bottles. I've tried everything. They chew them up, and there's nothing left of them. They'll actually chew the wood up because they chewed the wood all around the door frames and everything like that. So let me show y'all what I'm doing. All right, what we have right here is a 1x10. And what I have done is took the water in the food bowl and traced them, and then went inside and made it a little bit smaller. I don't know if y'all can see that. Made it a little bit smaller. And I decided I'd go ahead and video this and show y'all what I was doing, because somebody might be interested in it. I did the same thing with the water bowl, and came along and made it a little bit smaller. And I did, if you notice, this chunk does not fall through. There's an adjustment on your jigsaw to where you can turn that bottom plate right here at a little bit of an angle, whatever angle you want. And y'all see this piece of wood's not falling through. And you see the taper of the bowl, how the bowl is shaped. So the bowl fits right down in there. And then I'm going to cut this one out for the food bowl and do the same thing with it. And then take some 2x4s and mount a 2x4 across here to make it like a little stand to raise it up, because it is hanging through on the bottom. So, and then I might have to take some, I doubt they could get that out. I was going to thinking about taking some like little sheetrock screws or wood screws and just kind of wedging this down on three or four sides of it, just kind of to keep it from moving. But it's working perfect like it is. So let me go ahead and get y'all set up, and let's go ahead and get this one cut out. Well, y'all laugh. I went to pick something up off the table to move it and didn't see it was full of water and dumped water all over myself, so made a mess there. That works good. I like that. I'm just playing now, y'all. Just trying to make it a little bit easier for the rabbits to get to.
We're up to a hard boil, but I wanted to show y'all all this on the top here you see, and around the edges. That is the foam coming up out of all that juice. I always like to scrape all that foam off because it makes my jelly clearer to get all that, as much of it out as possible. And you can leave it in, it doesn't affect the taste or anything of it. It's just, it has everything to do with the appearance.
Alright, it don't have to be perfect. The rabbits is going to chew it all up anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can mount some boards on here. Alright, this is how it ended up. It's down here on the end of the cage. It's screwed off right here and here. It's working really good. Mr. Rabbit seems to like it. I gotta get everybody else one built. These two down here. This lady here and the gentleman over there. So 3 more to build.
Okay, so I've got a cold spoon. I'm gonna do the sheeting test. And as y'all can see, that is ready to get in some jars. Let's get some jelly canned up here, y'all. Okay, so I got all my jars wiped off clean around the rims. Got my lids put on. And it's time to get them in the water bath. So I'm gonna process these for 10 minutes and bring you back and show you the outcome.
All right, after working with that one, I think I'm going to change my plans a little bit with it and make them the same way, except where I made it dog bone shaped in the middle, leave one side square and cut the dog bone out on one side. That will allow me some more mounting surfaces for 3 sides of it. And that side, cut it out so the rabbits will have a way to walk right up to it and be able to eat the food and drink the water out of it. When I did that dog bone on this side, it limited my mounting surface to be able to mount them in the cage. So let me go ahead and get these cut out. This one I'm having to play with. If y'all notice, it doesn't really have a lip on it like these do. These have a lip on them, and this one doesn't. So I was cutting it really modestly because I didn't want it just to be too big and fall through. So that's almost down in there. So just doing a little bit more trimming on it. Perfect. All right, let me finish this one up and go get it mounted. And I just want to tell you, a jigsaw is a very, let me get y'all up here. A jigsaw is a very handy tool. You can do a lot with a jigsaw. Projects, do-it-yourself projects, everything. I mean, you can buy different blades. You can cut metal. You cut thick wood. Y'all can see this is a 2x10. That's pretty thick. It makes quick work of it. Very handy to have around. And I do need to go get some new blades. I done put a mini mile on that blade. That's the same blade that I used to build the homemade feed troughs we made out of that big old round pipe, the green pipe. And it's done cut all that. It's done cut all that wood for that, everything. So it's getting some miles on it and getting due for a new one. So all right, like I say, let me finish this up. Go ahead and get it mounted. Thank y'all for coming along with me. I just wanted to show y'all this quick project, what I was doing at the time. Hope y'all have a great day.
Well, it has definitely been an adventurous couple of days here, and we have had a lot going on. I was able to get all of my jelly canned, all of my lids have sealed. I was able to get 10 half-pint jars, and I ended up with 1 and a little over a half pint jars. This one I stuck in the refrigerator because it wasn't full enough for the water bath canner, but I wanted to show y'all at how well that jelly has set up. So it turned out really good. I did taste it and very pleased with it this year. I'm looking forward to putting some of this up on our shelf for the year and to share out with some of our family. I know we're all looking forward to this year. We love muscadine jelly. I know I do. I love my muscadine jelly. So I just wanted to give y'all a couple of updates here. I know our last video we showed the troubles that we were having with Loretta and Nelson, trying to keep them in a pen area. And so far, y'all, knock on wood, they have stayed in their pens. So hopefully the work that we did up there is going to help keep them contained in that pasture up there, and we won't have any more problems, hopefully. So anyway, we did travel to Wagener, South Carolina, as y'all saw, and had a wonderful visit with Mr. David. He is doing so good and recovering very well. We just wanted to let y'all know we really appreciate all of you keeping him in your thoughts and prayers during his recovery process. And I know he appreciates that as well too. So thank you very much for doing that. But he was able to sell our 5 piglets. And I don't know if you caught it or not in the video, we did make $60 per pig. So we ended up profiting $300 off the sale of our pigs. We appreciate Mr. David doing that for us, and got a little profit from it. So it kind of helps to recoup from some of the expenses that we incurred trying to fix fencing around here. So it all works out one way or another. You know, we all go through these troubles and tribulations in life, and you know, things always end up on the good side of things, no matter where we're at in life. And I wanted to touch base a little bit on the last video that I did. I know it was a little off from what we normally do, just simply sharing what we're doing here on the farm. But I really felt that that was a video that I felt called in my heart to do. I know there's a lot of people out there right now that are just putting out videos for clicks and views, and that was not my purpose behind that at all by any means. I really feel that what is going on currently in our own country and around the world, it needs to be discussed. We need to really be taking a look inside ourselves and questioning the things that we're seeing and hearing, allowing us to see and hear that come across our cell phones, our tablets, our TVs coming in our homes. And parents, we really need to be talking to our kids and making sure that they are led the right way. That's up to us as parents, as neighbors and communities. And you know, we all have to live this life. And I know there's a lot of evil in the world. And, you know, things aren't always going to be easy for us. But it is our job to help each other along the way and not to lead astray. So I think, like I said in my last video, I think that we all have gone through a period of deception. And prayerfully, these incidents have opened a lot of eyes and started leading people in a different direction from where they were. So I will definitely keep that in my thoughts and prayers, because we're all here together and we all have to live together whether we like each other or not. And our job is to help each other. And I just pray that we find the goodness in our heart toward our fellow mankind. And I just wanted to share those thoughts with you today. And I just pray that each and every one of you are safe, hug your family, hug your friends, and let's share love instead of evil doings. If it's something that we don't need to be stayed focused on for our eyes and ears to see and hear, turn it off and be more aware of what we're allowing into our hearts and our souls and our minds these days. Y'all take care out there. God bless. Y'all come back and see us soon.